I was trying to figure out what to do for my second video, and I really don't have a clue. Currently still at the hotel. I just talked to my sister-in-law, so kind of got out some tears and stuff just because I'm pretty sure, like a lot of people, I'm frustrated. You're frustrated. So, what to do, and crying is okay, because it's okay. So, I decided I would wash my wig. That's why I have my scarf on. So, wash my wig and just talk to myself, or if anybody watches, I can talk to you, but I'm pretty sure everybody is like scared and worried about their jobs, worried about their family, health, like social interaction. I'm an ambivert, so I'm a people person, so I'm the life of the party, but I also need my space. And this is where my introvert, extrovert kind of collides. So, it's hard. It's very, very hard. And I don't know what the next step is. I do know when people ask me that, I don't know what's going to go on. I don't know if I don't think this is the end of days, end of the world. It just feels really, really sucky, especially if you are in a customer interaction, customer facing type of job, because it's like, what is going to happen to my job? Like, what is going to happen to me? Like, when I started the role of a flight attendant, I knew that we have things called, one is called rep, and then we have standby. So, it's my wig. So, rep is basically where you work a certain amount of hours. You're on call, but you're on call from, anywhere. And as long as they call you, when they call you, you have to answer, and you have to be ready within 2 hours at the airport. Standby, you're already at the airport, so if they need you, like if somebody's running late, if somebody needs a meal, anything happens, you just go and work this shift. So, since Rona, I've been on rep. And while you may think this is good, like, people are probably like, oh, I just love to lay around every day, all day. No, you wouldn't. I'm a busybody. I really love my job. Really love my job. And even when I have to work around assholes, basically, and deal with people with not so great personalities, I still love my job. But this is driving me crazy because I didn't move all the way. I didn't uproot my life to just sit here. And it's so annoying. So very annoying. So, and I'm not the only one. Like, I'm definitely not the only one. If I could work, but another thing is, I'm also kind of nervous because it's like, I don't trust people. They keep on changing stuff, and it's like, okay, I'm just going to have to pray about it and trust in God, because I don't trust these people. I don't care what they're telling me. Like, this is how you get it one way. This is how you don't get it. This is what you need to do. It's like changing. All I can do is just keep my faith and have faith. But I know I've always been a clean person. I'm a messy person, but I've always been a clean person. So bleach, sanitizers, wipes, I had it all. Check for bed bugs. And so, but you can't do that for everybody. Like, I'm stuck in a hotel and I have to keep ordering food. I don't know what those people are doing. I don't know if they're washing their hands. I don't know how they're preparing stuff. Like, so it's stressful. It's stressful for everybody. And at one point in time, this situation reminds me, the reason why I'm probably so emotional, what a lot of you probably don't realize why, is because I have PTSD of when I lived in California, and I experienced a lot living in California. It was like, people ask me all the time, like, don't you miss California and blah blah blah, and I'm like, no. I miss, like, the weather, the beach, being able to go to the beach for free. Do I miss California? No. Do I miss the people I met? Yes, I miss them. The experience, though, it helped me grow. I went from, this is my story, so, things I might say on my page, I'm just going to give it to you raw and real. And some people might not like it because they're a part of my story, but I can't worry about that. It's my story. And that's how you should feel. You can't worry about stuff. But I used to watch The Hills all the time. And I was like, I'm going to move to California and be LC. I'm going to apply to fit them. I'm going to get accepted to fit them. And I'm just going to live my best life. I'm going to be like a black girl, like in The Hills, because that's what I'm going to be. And I was, at the time, I had just graduated. I was working for like a phone company, a business office. And I applied for FITM. I did a project, everything. Got accepted. Got accepted into FITM. I had someone that was like, oh, I have a job for you, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff, good stuff, right? I have a job and you'll be all set. You don't have to worry about, basically you don't have to worry about nothing. Like, I'm going to live my best life. Comes time for me to move. And all of that, before I got on the road with my mama, all of that was taken away from me. One person. And I'm not even going to continue to blame that person. I'm just going to say it was kind of my fault too, because I didn't have a plan B, C, D, E, F. I just had plan A. But I wasn't thinking about, what if plan A doesn't work? So I'm thinking, I'm going to move here. I have this job set up for me. I'm going to go to school. The person told me they would help me pay for school. I was set. I wasn't thinking about anything else. Like, what's there to think about? Get on that road. The person had called the job that was supposed to hire me. It advised them not to hire me. We get to California, me and my mama. I have found roommates on Craigslist. Get there. I'm no longer registered in school, and I don't have a job. Me and my mama, she gets me settled. She gets on the plane, comes back to Louisville, and here I am in this condo that I thought was going to be paid for because I was going to be working and stuff. And I don't have a job. Then my car breaks down. And I love this car, y'all. It was a 2004 what was that? It was a 2004. I can't remember, but it was green. I remember probably when it's the wrong time, but it was 2004. Paid off. My aunt and uncle found it at a yard sale for $4,000. I had paid them for the car, made payments to them, whatever. Car breaks down. So I don't have no job. I'm not going to school again. And my car breaks down. So I'm looking for jobs and I ended up getting a assistant manager job at R&B. So I was like making nothing. I wasn't making money. I don't even know like how I did it. Taking the bus, getting lost in California. I was in every single hood on the bus, scared, but I refused to go home. I was like, I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna go home. I'm gonna make it work. It's gonna be okay. So I get the job at R&B, and somehow or another, I think somebody told me, but there was a guy, I think I was talking about it at work, and they were like, they knew a mechanic at work, and they were like, he's like a family-oriented man, he'll probably work with you, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, oh my God, thank God. So I go to this shop, and he's like, yeah, he's basically going to charge me $1,500. And where was I going to get $1,500, y'all? I don't know. He was like, but I'll make sure you don't have to give it to me in order. He was like, I'll fix it, and you just let me know when you have it. So I left my car there, still catching the bus. My uncle, he's in jail for the rest of his life, I think. He sent me some money to pay for my car. So I get my car fixed, get it out, working at R&B, working. Paying these people that I was staying with. I got my roommates off of Craigslist. So, hold on. When you have to do your own hair, this is what you gotta do. Put that conditioner on, y'all. Put it in a little grocery bag and let it sit. So my roommates were a couple. They were charging me. I think I was paying my side of rent was like $1,300, y'all. At the time, this is like 2000 and maybe 7 or 6, something like that. So I was making $14 at R&B. Hold on. Hi. Hold on just a second, I'm sorry. Thank you. They're my favorite ones. Yeah, they look really nice. They are so comfortable. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Sorry. Thank you. We were going to look back on this and say, girl, you were so all over the place. But it's life. So we're going to just roll with it. So anyways, the roommates. So they were charging me this crazy price. Charging me. And I was paying it somehow. I don't know. I was paying rent. Somehow I was making it. It was God. It was really God. Just frustrated. And finally, I had enough because I was like, I can't afford this. I can't keep on paying this amount. It's too much. It's too much for me to keep paying this amount. It was a crazy amount, like $1,300. I live with 2 other people. They were clearly getting over on me. So I gave them advance notice. I had to move out. They were mad. They tried to make it hard, everything. I remember my friends, Ebony and Leah, they did help me move out, and we stuffed all my stuff in the car. So for that time, I'm still working at R&B, but I don't have nowhere to live. So I'm living out of my car and stuff and going to work. So one of my coworkers, I finally told her, because I was asking her, can I take a shower at your house? Because I don't have nowhere to live. And she was like, well, if you need somewhere to live, you can stay on our floor. If you don't mind staying with 2 dogs, I'm a dog lover, and being the only black person, it wasn't gonna bother me, but whatever. So I was like, you know what? It's a place to stay. It was a place to stay. It was safe. So I stayed there for a little while. And then by some stroke of whatever happening, I ended up moving in with some other roommates. So after all that, I ended up being in California for 2 years. Which brings me back to present day. Why I have PTSD. It, like, living out of my car was a hard experience. And having to ask for help was very, very hard. But I made it. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for then, because if I didn't have then, I wouldn't have now. And I wouldn't have met, like, Leah and Ebony. And Ebony, Leah passed away, but Ebony is still a friend. And we both have went through a lot together and kept a friendship. But my time in California, I'm such a crybaby. My time in California helped me to grow up. It helped me to know that even like now, I'm gonna make it. Because I planned for this. I didn't plan for this exact situation, but I planned that, what if this happens? What if that happens? Like, I'm always very paranoid about that. So I get it. I know I'm not the only person that is crying, and it's okay to cry. It's very therapeutic. You just don't have to stay sad, but we will get through this. Even though I look like a bald-headed chicken head. And I'm living at a hotel, a nice hotel, but we will get through this. I don't know what's going to happen next week. I don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. But I do not regret upping and moving. I do not regret anything that I've been through this point. Even having, like, anxieties of stuff happening, and I've had panic attacks, I've shortness of breath, everything. I've been full on depressed. There's been times where I've been like, I don't want to live anymore. And I know I'm not the only person that goes through that. So, while we joke and laugh, we will get through this. So, that was my California story. And now I'm about to eat my wings, but I hope you subscribe. I will not always look like this. Rona is wearing me out. But again, stay positive. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to continue to try to speak positivity to people. I'm going to continue to pray. I'm just going to continue to live and appreciate the moment that I'm in. We can't sit here and worry about the who, what, when, where, hows. We just got to get through it, man. It's hard. It's so hard. But again, we got this, y'all. And my next video, I'm going to give y'all a full face or something because y'all not about to clown me. Good night.